Episode of Heroes of the Golden Age. We've got another new serial that we're going to be starting tonight, Dick Tracy. Now, this is one that I'm very interested to try out because I've recently gotten into the new comic book version done by Dynamite Studios. Now, the book is still set back in the classic era, but it's more realistic and grounded in the way it depicts the villains, which are usually very cartoony and over the top. They're still very recognizable for their physical traits. They're still there, just not quite as exaggerated. So this will be interesting, especially considering it's an audio-only format, so we won't really see. So it'll be kind of up to your own interpretation, whether you see the more grounded version or the more cartoony version. That's one of the things I really like about the audio format stuff is you're an active participant in the show. Because all of the video, everything, all the visual is you. It comes from you, your mind's eye. You're the director of photography for everything we do that's audio that you're watching. Because everyone's experience is going to be different. No two views will be the same. Because everyone's idealized version is going to be different. So let's see what we got going on with Dick Tracy. Our first episode is called Tess Disappears.
Boys and girls, here's Dick Tracy. Presenting Detective Inspector Dick Tracy, protector of law and order. When the theft of a large order of industrial diamonds was discovered, Dick's only clue was an ordinary-looking lapel pin in the shape of two intertwined hearts. When noticing the same design and the tattoo on a dead man's shoulder, Dick soon learned through the Federal Bureau that the theft was the work of Nazi fifth columnists. And Tess Trueheart recognized the lapel pin as the badge of an apparently harmless social club about which she once wrote a feature article. She agreed with Dick that the club was probably a false front for Nazi activities. But when Dick had verified this, he learned that Tess had disappeared. Actually, she's the unwilling guest of the Nazi ringleader, Brinker von Ludwig. But Dick doesn't know that. While he frantically searches for Tess, von Ludwig and his hatchet-faced female assistant, Hedwig, are huddled over a secret shortwave radio.
There, Brinker. Is that not our ship?
Nine, Hedwig. It's a long wavelength.
You should let Dolman do this. He is a radio expert.
It's also extremely curious. I can manage.
Jawohl. But the less we use this radio, the better.
Wait, I think... No, it's just a routine weather report.
Suppose something has happened to the ship.
Now, what could happen to it, Hedwig?
Suppose the Atlantic Patrol has challenged it. Suppose they learn it is not a Swedish merchantman.
Why do you always imagine the worst?
Because in this way, one is prepared for the worst.
But we've already prepared for that. The ship's papers will be in perfect order. Forged, of course, but the Amerikaners will not suspect that.
Do not underrate the Americans, Brinker.
They make progress for an inch and talk like they've traveled a mile.
But they have listening posts. If they intercept the ship's message to you...
Let them. The message will be harmless enough. Meaningless, in fact.
I wish there was some other way of getting those diamonds back to Germany.
This is the best way, I tell you.
You say that because it is your way.
And may I ask, Fräulein, what is the matter with my way?
Matter with it? Do you think Gundel will go to prison for a forgery he did not commit?
Gundel is a Dummkopf. He'll never connect the theft of the diamonds with his membership in our club.
You are so sure of everything, aren't you? What about this Dick Tracy? Will he not connect it?
Let him. I have a sure way of dealing with Inspector Dick Tracy.
You mean the girl in there, that reporter?
Miss Trueheart, yes. Once he knows the safety depends on it, he will be reasonable, don't worry.
You said Fritz Hoffman would be reasonable.
How did I know Fritz would be a greedy pig? Imagine demanding $1,000 merely for acquiring diamonds with that forged receipt. And they threatened me. Imagine.
I prefer not to when I remember what happened to Fritz.
See that you do remember it. See that the same thing doesn't happen to you, Hedwig.
They will never find me floating in the river. You need me too much.
And stop questioning my judgment, please.
I only question keeping the girl here.
What else am I to do with her?
You got rid of Fritz Hoffman.
You mean to... No, Hedwig.
The girl will cause trouble, Drinker.
Well, how can she locked up in there?
She is clever, and so is her friend Dick Tracy.
And so am I.
If you were really clever, you would take no chances with her. The river is nearby.
No, I tell you. As long as we do her no harm, Tracy's hands will be tied.
But suppose someone made a mistake. Suppose something did happen to her. Accidentally, of course.
Meaning you?
I am not infallible like you. I am up to make a mistake anytime.
Hedwig, if anything happens to Miss Trueheart, I will hold you personally responsible.
Oh, I do not mind. I will be responsible.
You will be turned over to the American police on a charge of murder.
And suppose I should tell them everything.
No, you would never do that. You are too good a Nazi.
Yes, but I
The
could.
girl is younger than you, prettier than you. You are jealous, Hedwig, eh?
See that you give me no cause to be jealous, Brinker.
You know that I do.
What is all that?
Quiet. I think this is our man.
How can you make any sense?
Listen, it is our code, all right. Get a pencil, it is.
Right by your hand.
Yes.
Well, are you sure?
Positive.
What did they say?
Here. Rather heavy. Expect reports early.
Rather heavy. But this means nothing, Brinker.
You think so, eh? Good. Now I will reply.
This is crazy, I tell you. All you said was clouds indicated towards you.
Patience, you will see.
All right, they're answering.
Will you be quiet? Will head east now. So, put that. Write this down to Hedwig.
I got it, but it makes no sense.
It is not supposed to. I take a reply here.
I have it, Brinker. Have overlooked west.
Yes. Now 4 more words and we sign off. Good enough. Everything exactly as I planned it.
Brinker, you must either explain to me or provide me with a straitjacket.
Oh, poor Hedwig. It is so simple when one knows.
Simple. Their first message said, weather heavy, expect report early. You replied, clouds indicated towards you.
And then they said, we'll head east now.
Yes, it is crazy.
Oh, no. You simply take the first letter of every word. The words themselves mean nothing. Only the first letters.
Oh, I see. Then weather heavy, expect reports early means W-H-E-R-E. Where?
Exactly. And my reply, clouds indicated towards you. C-I-T-Y.
City.
What's the next one?
They said, will head east now. W-H-E-N.
You see? Where? City. Then? All right.
You said no obstacles on north. N-O-O. Noon.
Then you said have overlooked west.
H-O-W. How?
And my last message told them. Weather abating in time.
W-A-I-T.
Now, you see how simple it is? You read their messages and I'll give you my answer.
All right, where?
City.
When?
Noon.
How?
Wait.
Very clever of you, Brinker. And the beauty of it is, it sounds so harmless to anyone else.
I will send Felix in a speedboat to fetch the ship's captain at noon tomorrow.
And when he comes?
I will deliver the diamonds, and we will celebrate the handsome profit. So, what do you think of my way now, eh?
I will show you at the dance tonight. You haven't forgotten the annual, I hope.
Don't worry. You know, I think this social club has just about served its purpose, Hedwig. After tonight's dance, I think we will disband it. I find that lately it is more of a hindrance than a help. And especially with Gundel around. I think it would be better if we simply dropped out of sight.
Now, Junior, you were the last person to see Tess before she disappeared.
Whiz, Dick, I did my darndest to find out what was on her mind. Because you know women.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder. She didn't say a thing, huh?
Well, she was flying all over the place, getting her suitcase packed.
Did you help her do that?
Yeah, some.
What'd she pack?
Oh, the usual junk girls travel with. Lipstick,
Oh, what
powder.
clothes, I mean?
Well, she was wearing...
I know what she was wearing. I talked to her in her office. What did she pack?
Well, she took that blue thing. You know, the one with all that lacy stuff
An
on
evening
it.
dress, you mean?
Oh, if that's what you call it. The one she wore when you took her to the United Nations ball.
Well, go on. She took an evening gown.
Yeah. And, oh, sure, the satin slippers that go with it.
Mm-hmm. Did she say anything about that lapel pin, the 2 hearts?
Gee, Dick, I don't think so. All she kept saying was, boy, what a break. What a story. What a break.
Yeah, when I talked to her earlier, she showed me the article she wrote about this phony social club. Then she comes home and packs a party dress and... Why, sure, that's got to be it.
Who was?
Let me get out that phone.
Now, you've gone haywire.
Not me, Junior. Tess was heading for that club. They're holding their annual dance tonight, and that's why she took a party dress. Why, it's got to be.
Hello?
Excuse, please. Aber, what time is the dance tonight, Fräulein?
It will begin at 10 o'clock.
Dankeschön. Thank you. Should I wear my tuxedo, please?
If you expect to get in, you had better.
Jawohl, Fräulein.
Gee, Dick, I didn't know you could spout German.
Don't look now, Junior, but I can. Now, let's see. By the time I get hold of Pat Patton and get home and change into my tuxedo...
Gosh, you're going to wear a monkey suit?
Well, got to, Junior.
And Pat, too?
Well, sure. They won't let us into the dance without them.
Boy, I'd like to be there to see that.
Well, just so Tess is there to see it is all I care about.
Well, boy, the things a cop has to go through.
You're not kidding, Junior?
You're at least getting dressed up to meet Tess, but poor Pat hasn't even got a date.
No, you're wrong. Pat's got the same date I have.
You mean with Tess?
Nope. The 2 of us have a very heavy date, Junior, with a killer. Now, hand me that phone again so I can call Pat and break the news to him.
I am worried, Brinker.
What? Again? Now what is it?
This dance tonight. It's open to the general public.
Of course. What of it?
The general public might include Dick Tracy.
Let him come. If he's looking for Miss Trueheart, he won't find her. But he'll find a great deal more than he is looking for. If he thinks he knows what trouble is now, wait until he crosses my...
Detective Inspector Dick Tracy will be back tomorrow, same time, same station, with more exciting adventures. Be sure to listen. This is Don Gardner speaking.
All right, that was kind of interesting. Didn't really have an origin. You don't really need one, I guess. You know, he's a detective. It's pretty much the origin. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Not really anything as far as the known villains yet. Just pretty much a Dick Tracy versus the Nazis story. So, okay, still holding my interest. So we got through the first episode. Now let's go into part 2, which is Black Pearl of Osiris.
Calling all adventure fans. Calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by. Dick Tracy is on the air.
The makers of Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, those 2 delicious, nourishing cereals that are shot from guns, now bring you another thrilling Dick Tracy detective adventure. And there go the big guns, reminding us all that puffed wheat and puffed rice actually are shot from guns right in the Quaker plant. Nourishing grains of sun-ripened wheat and rice are loaded into the guns, and then they're exploded to 8 times their normal size. That's what makes puffed wheat and puffed rice so especially easy to digest, so that you get their trigger-fast food energy much more quickly and easily. And that's important if you want to think fast and act fast like Dick Tracy does. And if you're a loyal Dick Tracy fan and friend, check up on the pantry at least twice a week to make sure there's always some puffed wheat or puffed rice there. Look to see at the end of today's program, and if there isn't one of those famous red and blue packages in the pantry now, ask Mother to order some from the grocer's. She's sure to be glad when you remind her of something so specially good for breakfast. And then you and Mother and Dad can join the thousands of happy families who enjoy Quaker puffed wheat or Quaker puffed rice every day. And be sure you have your pencil and paper ready for today's secret messages. Get them now. When Dick Tracy closed the case involving the Baron and the substratosphere airplane plans, he paid a visit to Scotland Yard, and here the great detective found a new mystery. Dryden Small, the well-known Egyptologist, was returning to America with certain treasures which he had discovered in the ancient tomb of Tutankhamun. Small had reason to believe that someone was trying to kill him, and Tracy was asked to protect him on the voyage to America. Sitting in Small's cabin the first night out, Dick and Pat were startled to see a strange face peering in at their window.
Mr. Tracy.
What's the matter, Small? What's wrong?
Look, there, at the window. The man with the yellow face.
So what?
Dick, great Scott, look. That awful face at the window.
It's gone now. Come on, Pat. We've got to find out who it is.
Yes, and why are we standing through that window? Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone.
We'll be back in a moment. Here, through this door, Pat. That'll bring us out on deck.
I don't see anyone.
No, neither do I. We'd probably waste our time if we tried to find out who it was now. It's got too much of a head start, and it's too dark to recognize anyone. Come on, we might as well get back to the cabin. There are a few questions I want to ask Dryden Small.
You know, Dick, there's something about that tomb digger rubber that I don't like.
We're here to protect him, not to make a friend of him, Pat. What I want to know is why he was so secretive. He hasn't told us the whole story by any means, Pat.
What's your theory, Dick? What do you think he's trying to conceal?
Well, I'm not sure. But I think perhaps he stole something from Tutankhamun's tomb, something which might be considered very sacred. And those who consider it so are trying to get it back. That's only a wild guess.
Well, it doesn't sound so wild to me.
Well, Mr. Small, we couldn't find a trace of your friend with the yellow face.
Mr. Tracy, I must say I'm surprised. You promised me protection, and then you run off and leave me alone. Why, I might have been murdered.
Oh, nonsense. We were nearby. Nothing could have happened to you.
I wish you wouldn't treat this so lightly. You may not realize it, Mr. Tracy, but I'm in very serious danger.
I don't treat any of my obligations lightly, Mr. Small.
I tell you, the people who are after me are very clever. Not only that, but they have at their command all the forces of evil and black magic.
Oh, so it's black magic now, is
Yes,
it?
black magic and worse, perhaps. A curse has been set on me. I know it. I feel it. I'll never escape from it. Never.
Small, precisely what are you taking back to the States with you?
Oh, not a great deal. Some ancient pots and utensils used by the pharaohs, a fragment of the Great Seal, and also the mummy of Tutankhamun's second son.
The mummy is stored in the hold of the ship, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
And what else are you bringing back with you?
Nothing but those things I told you about.
Are you sure of that?
You don't believe me, do you?
To put it bluntly and briefly, no.
You think I'm holding back something from you, eh? Well, I'm not. I'm not, you hear? I've told you everything. I don't know why they want to get me any more than you do. But I know they're after me, and you've got to help me.
I'm not so sure of that. I'm not so sure that I'm not going to rid myself completely of all responsibility in this case.
What? What do you mean?
I'll take the trouble to explain for the last time. When you go to a detective and ask his protection, you've got to tell that detective just what you're afraid of and what he's got to protect you against. Now, Mr. Small, don't withhold any information from me, because in this case, too, it may mean the difference between life and death.
I've told you everything. I swear it.
Who is the man in the yellow face?
I don't know. I don't know any more about him than you do.
From the way you spoke of him, you've seen him before. The man with the yellow face, you said. Do you know him, Small? Have you seen him before?
Yes, I have.
You were right all the time, Dick. He was holding something back.
Where did you see him before?
Several times in Cairo and once in London. I don't understand it. I'm not sure I know how to explain it. But it seems I saw him every time I received one of those scarabs. Those scarabs which mean death and destruction for those who receive them. The only time I saw him in London was at the theater. The usher handed me a program as I came in. When I opened it, there, folded in between its leaves, was one of the scarabs. At that very moment, I happened to look up at the boxes. And looking down at me was the man with the yellow face.
What else do you know of the man with the yellow face?
Well, that's all.
I don't believe you, Mr. Small. You know who he is, and you know what he wants.
I tell you...
Now, let me warn you once again. If anything happens to you, you'll have only yourself to blame. Because when you had the chance, you wouldn't tell us everything you know. And now, shall we go down to dinner?
Coffee, sir?
Oh, yes, please. By the way, Small, do you still carry that pearl-handled pistol?
Yes, and I shall never part with it.
If you ask me, it's much too dainty to be any good.
I'm afraid it isn't very much to depend on.
This pearl-handled revolver has been with me a long time, Mr. Tracy. I intend to hold on to it.
Hello. The lights have gone out.
Dynamo must have failed or something.
Certainly pitch black in here.
Tracy! Tracy! In the name of heaven!
Small, where are you?
He's struggling with someone.
Help, Tracy, help!
If I could get my hands on whoever it is that... Ah, got him. Give me a hand here, Pat.
It's so dark, can't see a thing.
I've got hold of someone. Can't see who it is.
There go the lights. They're on again.
Small. Why, I was holding you all the time.
Who do you think you were holding?
Well, all I could do in the dark was to reach out and grab.
My throat, it hurts. Someone tried to choke me.
Yes, there are marks in your throat, all right.
Grabbing hold of me did one thing anyway. It scared him off.
Yes, Small. This time he was scared off. I wonder if I'll always get to you in time. I can't protect you from something that's nameless, you know. Something you won't tell us about.
I've told you everything.
Now, look here, Small. Tonight, you had an example of what might happen. And apparently you're still unconvinced that telling me everything you know is the only sensible thing to do. Now, for the last time, will you talk up? Well, how about it?
I've told you the whole truth.
Very well. I've done my duty. I've warned you.
Hiya, Dick.
Oh, hello, Pat. Where you been? Walking about on deck?
Yeah. Isn't it a beautiful night?
Yes, I suppose it is.
Hey, met a girl strolling about on deck. Miss Foster, her name is. Oh, boy, what a girl. She's swell platinum hair and... Say, what's the matter with you?
Huh? Oh, nothing.
You got something on your mind?
Yes, Pat. And his name is Dryden Small.
Where is our friend Small? Or should I say our small friend?
In there.
Asleep?
Reading in bed, I think. Pat, I'm more than ever convinced that he's keeping something from us.
Hey, Dick, maybe the guy's on the level. Maybe we're just imagining things. Maybe someone is trying to get hold of some of the things he took from Tutankhamun's tomb. Small says they're very valuable.
They're valuable, all right. And that's one part of his story, I believe. But whatever the man with the yellow face is after, there's more than just a few trinkets taken from Tutankhamun's tomb.
Well, I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about it. Our job is to see that Dryden Small reaches America safely. Once he puts foot on American soil, our job is done.
No, Pat. I'm afraid it isn't as simple as all that.
Well, why do you say that, Dick?
I've been telling Dryden Small that unless he tells me everything, I'm going to give up all responsibility for his safety. Of course, I'm not going to do that. Either while he's on this boat or after he lands.
But if he doesn't cooperate, why should you bother with him?
I've got to stay with Dryden Small until I'm sure that he's out of harm's way. We've had to protect uncooperative people before.
You know, Dick, there's something about this whole business that gives me the creeps.
Oh, it's not as bad as all that, Pat.
When we were chasing Max Gold or the Baron, we had something we could get our hands on. But what have we got here? Nothing but a face seen at the window. A figure that strikes in the dark. Yeah, Dick, I don't like it.
Well, I'm not exactly delighted myself, Pat. But we policemen have to learn one thing. Not to turn away when there's an unpleasant job to do. Doing the things we like to do is simple. Doing the things we don't like to do that proves whether or not we're men, capable of holding down a man-sized job.
I guess you're right as usual. And I'm glad you jacked me up. Oh, look, Dick. It's my turn to sit up with Small tonight, but I was thinking that maybe...
Yes, Pat?
Well, you know, the girl I met on deck, Miss Foster, I said I'd meet her in the ballroom for a few dances at 10:30, and, well, I sort of wondered if...
All right, Pat. Go ahead. How will you get back?
Thanks, Dick. I won't be very late.
Tracy.
Yeah? What is it, Small?
Come into my bedroom one moment. There's something I want to show you.
What's the matter with you, man?
Come.
He sure looks funny to me, Dick.
All right, come along, Pat.
In here. Look. The wall above my bed.
Holy mackerel, Dick. Look. Someone's writing a message on the wall. Look, it's being written right before our eyes.
You see it, too? I thought I was going crazy. It's an invisible hand writing something on the wall. I can't escape it, and you can't help me. This thing is too big for us. It's too powerful.
Oh, the saints preserve us.
No, take it easy, you two. Let's see what the invisible hand is writing. There, it's evidently finished.
Yes. And look what it is written.
Your hour is at hand. Your end is near. The black pearl of Osiris must shine again.
Yes. And look, there on the floor. It's another scarab, Tracy. Another scarab.
What is the meaning of the strange message on the wall? And how is it written? It's a puzzler, all right. But now it's time for the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol meeting. The makers of Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, the specially delicious, nourishing cereals that are shot from guns, invite you to attend.
The 19th meeting will now come to order, and today the members of the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol congratulate the Boy Scouts of America on their 28th anniversary.
Let's all stand at attention, patrol members, as a tribute to that great boys' organization.
Boy Scouts of America, we salute you.
Fine, Junior. And now, patrol members, have you got a pencil and paper ready for the special secret code message? All right, Junior, let's have the message.
Here it is. Prisoner 25, 9, 3, 20, 11. 26, 21, 8, 17, 16, 20, 8, 16, 3. 8, 18, 15, 4. Did you get it? I'll repeat it again just to make sure. Ready? It's prisoner 25, 9, 3, 20, 11. 26, 21, 18, 17, 16, 20, 8, 16, 3, 8, 18, 15, 4.
Now you can decode that secret message with your Dick Tracy secret code book. And remember what it says, patrol members. It's important.
You know, Dick Tracy wants you to be as good as he is at decoding messages. So we're sending you a secret message every day this week.
Be sure you have your code book, a pencil, and some paper handy every day when you tune in on Dick Tracy. And listen, if you don't have a code book, join the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol now, so you won't miss all the swell secret detective activities and good times. Now, here's all you do to get your secret code book, your patrol pledge, and special badge. Just tear the tops off 2 packages of Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice, or one of each. Be sure it's the top panel that says, 3 wrappings guard its crispness. Then mail the 2 box tops with your name and address to Dick Tracy, Box L, Chicago.
And you have the time of your life in the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol.
So ask Mother to get you some Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice at the grocer's. Remember, they're the 2 delicious, nourishing cereals that are shot from guns to give you trigger-fast food energy.
Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by for another exciting Dick Tracy adventure tomorrow at this same time. That is all.
All right, now that we know, I'll know how to get our box tops and get into the secret society. Let's get on with part 3. This one is Pat Goes Overboard. That's another character that I'm very happy to see here. That's one of the characters that's been in the new comic book version, kind of his partner. He gets kind of deputized, kind of. And you could really do that, but they did. And it's actually a pretty good book. So let's get into
Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by. Dick Tracy is on the air.
The makers of Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, the 2 tempting, delicious, nourishing cereals that are shot from guns, now bring you another thrilling Dick Tracy detective adventure. Big guns, hear them? Well, the next time you have a big dish of crisp, nourishing Quaker puffed wheat or Quaker puffed rice for breakfast, remember the sound of the big guns, because those two delicious cereals are actually shot from guns. Sun-ripened grains of nourishing wheat and rice are loaded into the guns, and then these little kernels of grain are exploded to 8 times their normal size. That makes them look different and taste better than ordinary cereals. That special Quaker process makes puffed wheat and puffed rice specially easy to digest, so that you get trigger-fast food energy more quickly and easily. And you need lots of quick food energy if you want to be as fast on your feet as your friend Dick Tracy is. And here's a good idea. Puffed wheat and puffed rice are 2 different delicious flavors. So ask Mother to get a package of each at the grocer's. And then you and Mother and Dad can have Quaker puffed wheat for breakfast one morning and Quaker puffed rice the next. That really gives you variety, doesn't it? So look in the pantry today to see if one of those famous red and blue packages is there now. If it's Quaker puffed wheat, ask Mother to get a package of Quaker puffed rice. And if it's Quaker puffed rice, ask her to get some Quaker puffed wheat. And then you have both for a delightful change that thousands of wide-awake boys, girls, and grown-ups enjoy every day. And remember, fellows and girls, there's another secret code message at the end of the program today. So be sure you have your pencil, paper, and code book ready. Dick Tracy has been trying to protect Dryden Small, a well-known Egyptologist, from dark forces which seek his death. Small has received strange warnings, and several times his life has been attempted unsuccessfully due to the daring efforts of Dick Tracy. Both Dick and Pat are convinced that Small has kept from them the real reason for these mysterious attacks. In our last episode, we heard how a strange message, seemingly written by an invisible hand, had appeared on the wall above Small's bed.
Let's see what the invisible hand is writing. Your hour is at hand. Your end is near. The black pearl of Osiris must shine again.
Yes, and look there on the floor. It's another scarab, Tracy. Another scarab.
Yes, so I see. Another symbol of death and destruction.
Why don't you do something? But it's no use. You can't fight the supernatural. They told me there was a curse upon the tomb of Tutankhamun. I should never have gone into it. All the others who have been in it have come to sudden death.
Oh, stop it, Small. There's nothing supernatural here.
I know, but Dick, the writing on the wall, we saw the message being written.
Yes, sir. And now look, it's beginning to fade. Ghost writing, that's what it is. The handwriting of a ghost.
Oh, come, Small. Pull yourself together. This isn't the work of a ghost. The man with the yellow face, whoever he may be, paid a visit to this cabin in our absence.
How do you know he was here?
Why, it's simple enough. The scarab on the floor, he left it there. The handwriting on the wall, he put it there.
No. He might have put the scarab there, but the handwriting, that couldn't have been done by anybody human. We saw the message being written, and there was no one here.
Of course there wasn't. The message was written before we got here. We saw it when we turned on the bed lamp.
I don't get it, Dick.
Pat, put your hand over that lamp, about 6 inches away.
All right. I've got it there now.
What do you feel?
Nothing but heat.
Ah, precisely. Heat. The heat from the lamp. Do you recall ever having used heat in connection with invisible messages before, Pat?
Oh, why, sure. Say, I get it. This message was written in invisible ink and couldn't be seen until the heat of the lamp brought it out on the wall.
Go to the head of the class, Pat. That's exactly what happened here. The man with the yellow face wrote his message in invisible ink. Small came in, turned on the lamp, and in half an hour or so, the heat from the lamp brought the message out. There's your supernatural for you, Mr. Small.
You make it sound simple.
It is simple. If the rest of this case were as simple as that handwriting, we'd have no problem. But it's not simple, Small, because you choose to make it difficult.
I choose to make it difficult?
Yes. You refuse to tell us all you know about this. You refuse to tell us what we've got to know if we're to protect you against the man with the yellow face. There's a definite reason why you're being followed. There's a definite reason for these attempts on your life, such as the one in the dining salon tonight. There's some reason for these scarabs and that message on the wall. Now, what is it?
I'm sorry, but I don't know any more than I've told you.
And I've told you once, and I'll tell you again, that you're not being entirely truthful.
Now, look here.
I want you to tell me the meaning of that message about the black pearl of Osiris.
Yeah, that was a queer one. What is the black pearl of Osiris anyway, Dick?
I don't know about the black pearl, Pat. I do know, however, that Osiris was a god worshipped by the ancient Egyptians, and that even today there are certain secret societies which still worship him.
Your knowledge of Egyptian history is remarkable, Tracy.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know quite enough. But you know what I want to know, Small. What is the Black Pearl of Osiris? I demand an answer.
I don't know, Tracy. I swear it. If I knew, don't you think I'd tell you? I feel rather faint. I wonder if one of you would mind going up on deck with me, just for a little while.
Well, I had a date with her.
All right, Pat, you'll have to forget your date. I've got to see the captain at once. You'll have to stay with Small. Keep close to him on deck, and don't let him out of your sight.
Okay. I hope I get a chance to explain to that girl that I didn't mean to disappoint her. You feel better now, Small?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Patton, the air is doing me good.
Looks like we're going to have a fog. You can see wisps of it floating past the binnacle light up there.
Yes.
You know, Small, you really ought to come clean with Tracy.
Patton.
Yeah?
That man leaning against the rail.
What?
He just looked this way, and his face.
Well, what about his face?
I'm not sure, but it looked yellow.
Now, take it easy. Don't start getting jittery. Don't begin seeing a yellow face in every passenger on this ship.
Look, he's moving away from the rail. He's disappearing into the fog. What was that? Something dropped at our feet.
Yeah, I heard it. Let me see. Hey, here it is. What? Why, say, it looks like a scarab.
A scarab? Patton, it's another warning. That was the man with the yellow face.
Yeah, we'd better get down and get to your cabin. I'll get in touch with Tracy.
No. Not back to the cabin. I'm afraid to go there. Let's stay in the open.
Okay, but I better get Tracy here as quick as I can. Come on over by the light.
What are you going to do?
Well, Dick's in the captain's cabin. I'm going to send him a message. A message in code.
Well, come in, Mr. Tracy. Glad to see you.
How are you, Captain?
Worried, Tracy. Very much worried. I'm glad you're here. I don't like the things that have been happening on this ship of mine.
Well, I'm sorry about the need for searching the ship, but you must understand, Captain, that at any moment one of your passengers may be, well, put out of the way.
That isn't what I referred to, Tracy. There are other things that are wrong.
Such as?
Well, have you heard about what's been going on down in the hold?
The hold?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. What's happened down there?
One of the crew, a fellow named Weeks, was found about an hour ago, totally unconscious.
Unconscious?
Yes, lying in the door of the storage room. He's not a strong fellow. As a matter of fact, he has a weak heart. That's why we have him down there. All he does is check the books and little odd jobs like that, you know.
Yes, but what made him unconscious?
Well, according to his story, Tracy, as he was approaching the storage room, he noticed the door was open, which was unusual. As he began to investigate, he suddenly saw, standing in the doorway itself, a strange-looking figure. The next thing he remembers, he was lying on a cot, and the ship's doctor was working over him.
Huh. He's not given to seeing things, is he?
I don't think so. He's a stable, dependable fellow. At any rate, he's never seen things before.
Well, in that case, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to investigate that storage room. Now, about the search for the man with the yellow face, Captain.
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about that, Tracy. We don't seem to be making much progress. Matter of fact, Tracy, we're not making any progress at all.
Yes, I was afraid of that.
Oh, excuse me. Come in.
There's a message from Mr. Tracy, sir.
Oh, give it here. Where did you get this?
It was given to me by a gentleman down on deck A, sir.
Thank you. Excuse me, Captain.
Yes, certainly.
It's a code message from Pat. Prisoner 20, 21, 12, 16, 7, 10, 18, 22. Will you excuse me, Captain? I've got to join Mr. Patton on deck immediately.
Nothing wrong, is there, Tracy?
I don't know. That's what I want to find out. And I've got to find out fast.
Well, I'll go along with you, Tracy. I've got to go up to the bridge, and this will be on my way.
Glad to have your company, Captain, but let's hurry.
We can take this companionway here, Tracy. It leads down to deck A.
Fine.
Here we are, deck A. I don't see Mr. Patton, do you?
No, but this fog is getting thicker. He may be down at the other end. Come on.
Well, I'll leave you here, Tracy.
Man overboard! Man overboard!
There. Man overboard, Tracy. Get down there as fast as you can. I'll see to ordering the boats over the side.
Right.
Man overboard! Man overboard!
Hey, you there. Where is he?
Out there. This thing. Man overboard! Man overboard! Man overboard!
Oh, Dryden Small. What's happened here?
The man with the yellow face. Patton fought with him.
Yes, what happened?
Overboard. Patton was thrown overboard.
What? Pat overboard?
Wait, Tracy, what are you doing? Why are you taking off your coat?
What do you think? I'm going after Pat.
Stop! Don't! Another man overboard! Another man! Tracy, they'll both be drowned! Patton and Tracy, too!
Will Dick save Pat? Or has the detective's friend been swallowed up by the black waters in the night? Dick will save him if anyone can. But now the makers of Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, those two popular, delicious, quick energy-giving cereals that are shot from guns, invite you to attend another meeting of the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol. Here comes Dick Tracy, Jr. now.
The 20th meeting will now come to order, patrol members. And let's be sure we all have pencils and paper ready to take down today's secret code message.
Are you going to give Dick Tracy's friends the message that Pat sent Dick today, or have you a special secret patrol message, Junior?
Oh, both, Mr. Quakerman. First, I'm going to repeat the message that Pat sent to Dick Tracy.
Good. Are you ready, patrol members? Here it is.
Prisoner 20, 21, 12, 16. 7, 10, 18, 20, 2.
Once more, Junior, to make sure everyone got it.
All right, Mr. Quakerman. It's prisoner 20, 21, 12, 16. 7, 10, 18, 20, 2.
Fine. And now what's the special patrol message, Junior?
Here it is. Are you all ready? It's Buffalo. 21, 12, 14, 10, 12, 4. 10, 20, 13, 3, 6, 10, 20, 13, 3, 21. 1, 8, 14, 5.
Better repeat that one, too, Junior, I think.
Okay. Ready, everyone? It's Buffalo. 21, 12, 14, 10, 12, 4. 10, 20, 13, 3. 6, 10, 20, 13, 3, 21. 1, 8, 14, 5.
Well, that sounds very important, Junior.
It is. It's a special order for patrol members.
But how about the fellows and girls who aren't members and can't decode the messages?
Well, we can't very well give away the patrol secret.
Of course not. I can't imagine any real wide-awake boy or girl not joining, can you?
Not unless they don't know how to join on the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol. So maybe you better tell them, just in case there are some fellas and girls listening in for the first time.
Good idea. Well, here's how you can join the patrol and get the secret code, the patrol pledge, and the membership badge so you don't miss any of the fun. Just tear the tops off 2 packages of Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice, or one of each. Put them in an envelope with your name and address printed on a plain piece of paper and mail them to Dick Tracy, Box L, Chicago.
Then you get in on all the secret detective activities, too.
And Dick Tracy sends you a secret code book, a patrol pledge, and a special badge, all free. Tell Mother how those nourishing, delicious cereals are shot from guns to make them specially easy to digest. So ask her to get you some Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice at the grocer's.
Calling all adventure fans. Calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by for another exciting Dick Tracy adventure tomorrow at this same time. That is all.
All right, well, let's see if they get their man next time. We're not going to go into another episode today, so let's call it for that on this one. Had fun with Dick Tracy. Like I said, the new comic version has kind of gotten me back into the character, so this is cool to kind of see another take. And thanks for coming in and checking it out with me, and I will see you next time on Heroes of the Golden Age.
They left on the pages in capes and flight, shadows of justice in the dead of night. Silver and spandex from a time gone by, lifting us higher as they touch the sky. Heroes of the golden age, fight the fight, blazing bright in the neon light. Beneath the stars we light our way, legends live in the golden age today. Rocket ships blazing through cosmic dust, ray guns flashing in a world of rust. Masked Avengers with the daring flair, saving the future like they always dare. Heroes of the golden age, fight the fight, blazing bright in the neon light. Beneath the stars we light our way, legends live in the golden age today. Time can't hold them, they're bold and true, from reels of the past to a screen near you. Golden whispers in electric glow, watch the champions steal the show. Heroes of the golden age, fight the fight, blazing bright in the neon light. Beneath the stars we light our way, legends live in the golden age today.